Okay, my story is, and the reason I wanted to share it is because so many people have experienced emotional abuse and sexual abuse and addiction. And that has definitely, been part of my life. Being molested and raped at 14, and I overdosed at 16. I had an eating disorder by 18. And so I had done so much healing. And, you think life is better, so you think this is it. But I was still hiding out in my life. I still would experience, from being raped at my first high school party, large groups of people, even being in the ballroom in the beginning of this work with so many people was really challenging for my body. And I've isolated a lot in my life. I have a beautiful life, but really I have also avoided a lot of social situations and had a lot of fear around that. And there, just from the emotional abuse of my mother, there's so much shame. And what I've experienced through this work is a really profound healing. Through the process of this work, I felt like I boiled it down to like the two things that were holding me back is just part of it was I had to get over. I had to want to be here for so much of my part of my life in the younger years. I really didn't want to be here. I've done so much work, and again, this is and I had done so much work, and this is why it's so beautiful and so profound. Is there's so many of us on the path, and we think that because life is better, we're there, and this just takes it to the next level of experiencing profound love. And I think it was really after Sardinia where I was home and I was hanging out with a girlfriend. I was like, oh my God, I have healed being motherfucking crazy. Like, as you can see, who you have been and what life has been like and the patterns that have been running you. And then once you realize that life is really a beautiful place to be, there's nothing to fear, and that we all have something to offer and gifts to give to this place and to one another. And it's just really profoundly beautiful. And in Cancun, after the last night, we were all dancing and drinking, and I feel like that I healed my adolescence on that night, because I was just completely free, dancing and drinking until 3 o'clock in the morning. And then, you don't care, you get up and you do the 6 a.m. meditation on the beach, and that was beautiful. And I don't drink that much. And then even after, wine and Prosecco and 3 shots of tequila, I got back into bed and I was just resting. And, Dr. Joe talks about the divine will come in mysterious ways, and to not try and figure it out. And I had this profound experience where I've been studying yoga for 24 years. I experienced lots of state changes, but something entered my body, full body, every cell. And there was a depth and an intensity to it where I know that the divine came to me. I don't have any words other than that. It was full-bodied, and then it was gone. It was so quick, and it was just and then it's so sweet because I was hungover. I'd gotten back into bed, and then the phone rings, and there was nobody there. And so I called the front desk, and I'm like, did anybody call? And they're like, no. And I would have missed my flight if the phone hadn't rang. But and this is the thing that I want people to know too, is I have done so much work for 24 years. So much work. And there is an exquisite truth and power to this work. He's taken the highest esoteric teachings and combined it with the science and a great passion and commitment. And it's the real deal. This is what I've been searching for this, when I started reading esoteric practices about yoga and the realm of the divine. This is it, where I read about, the gods and the goddesses, leaping across the world to heal another. Of course, wouldn't you want to do whatever you can to heal the people that you love? And that's happening in this community. We're healing one another, and we're healing, and we're healing the world. It's really quite extraordinary. And this gives me hope for the future, this work that we're doing, because it is really about healing the world. When we become whole and complete in ourselves, then we just get to love and liberate the world as we're moving through it. And it's the high end of nature. This is when we are the fullest expression of the truth of this beautiful place. We are this beauty of the flowers and the trees and the beautiful animals.